Okay. Then I'll make this quick. Do you mind if I do talking for a few minutes?
Don't worry.
Do you mind if I just talk and express myself for a few minutes? Although this might get me kicked out. But I will do my best to not anger you, because that's not my goal.
True.
Okay?
Okay. I pretty much have a
What do you think I'm going to say?
willing mind. I don't know. I have no idea what you're going to say. I'm not even trying to guess it. I have a willing mind right now.
Oh, that I've realized you're very open. And that is, I could not have asked for anything better than a conversation where you're very open. Okay? So I'm going to keep this short because I figured you probably had to pee and you'll also need to get lunch. Okay? So here's the thing. I've been very concerned for you the last week because I feel like your mind hasn't been in a good place. Maybe it's been in a maybe a brooding place, a darker place, a ruminating place. How us Falkenraths tend to do. We tend to get into our head and we tend to get rutted there.
Yeah, it just goes round and round and round. That's all.
Okay. So that being
kind
said,
of like the game, the casino game with the ball, the roulette.
Roulette. Yeah. Black 35. Anyway, the point is, I was concerned, and I was even more concerned yesterday when you asked me if we canceled going to India, if we were still going to India, and if we would have canceled it, and we talked about how we couldn't book plane tickets, okay? At the time, I didn't know why you asked me that, and I thought about it. And I wondered if you believed we should cancel going to India because you thought you needed care that we couldn't provide you.
No.
Okay? Because I thought truly
But no.
that maybe you thought we shouldn't go because you needed care that we weren't able to give you. And then I thought maybe you thought that we were abandoning you, that we chose to go there and that we didn't care what happened to you. But see, what I didn't know at the time is what I know now, okay? And again, this is spoken with a lot of honesty, and I know what's gonna, I have a feeling it's gonna frustrate you, and I'm sorry. It has never happened before. I'm sorry in a sense that it happened, but I'm not sorry that it happened, okay? I was very concerned that something was going on that I didn't know about, okay? And unfortunately, I was right, okay? I value privacy. I value, just like with Wyatt, I value honesty. And I was concerned that Benjamin was talking to you, or somehow you were talking to somebody, and I asked Mimo to take a quick look to see if you had gotten any phone calls from Benjamin or from a number, maybe. And he did a quick look, and I didn't know until we got home.
Text messages.
Did go through your text messages.
Okay.
Okay. And we've never gone through your phone. We've never looked at any of your, because none of that bothers us. But we did see two things. I didn't see them. Actually, I didn't see them at all, except for messages from yesterday from Jolynn. But Mimo did skim them in a very brief period of time. And I will tell you that I know the two people you talk to are Nanette and Jolynn, which I've always known.
Right.
Okay? And for everything Nanette is, bright and positive and encouraging and full of love, I think Jolynn might be the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Okay? And I understand her life has been difficult, and I understand the victim mentality, as I'll call it, just like Benjamin has. Okay?
Yes.
I'm not here to cast judgment or fault her, but I did see that from yesterday she believes, and she's telling you to believe, that one...
I don't think she's... What? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, it's okay. I don't know whether or not you believe what she said. And I'm not here to tell you you're right or...
I was kind of leaning that way in the past little while, but not really. No.
Okay. I just want you to know two things. Just before I take you inside, because I know you have to pee. One, we've never robbed you of money.
I know.
I want you to truly know that you have a budget. You can look at it any time. The reason why I've taken your debit card away, the reason why you do not have access to your money is because you get into the habit of sending people money that do not need it.
Yes.
That aren't really good for you.
Yes.
Okay? The Eileens of the world.
Yes.
Okay? That's why you don't have it. But if any time you said, what does it look like? I could tell you.
I know.
That being said, okay, you get the amount you get from Social Security every month. Do you know how much you pay for rent?
You were taking $825.
It's $850 because of the and then you pay for the. We will make sure that happens. We'll set you up to go there. Okay?
Yes.
Now I want to tell you the difference between assisted living, skilled nursing. You know what hospice is, but I'm not talking about hospice. In any assisted living, and you can ask your nurses, okay? We're not colluding together. You can look it up on your phone. I don't care. But assisted living means you're in part or mostly independent, that you can dress yourself, that you can walk from one end of your living space to another, that you can essentially go pee by yourself, okay? You might have once a day or at least 5 times a week a nurse come in to do a med check. Is your medicine in your cubby for morning and afternoon? You have everything lined up to take your medicine. Do you have food? Because they might once a week get you groceries, okay? For all intents and purposes, where you live now with us is assisted living, okay?
Right.
Except if you do decide you want to stay with us, we would want to put some health conditions down for you, which we'll get into later if that's what you decide, such as the list Wyatt mentioned, okay?
Right.
The other part is skilled nursing. Skilled nursing means you cannot clean yourself, you cannot bathe yourself, you cannot cook, you cannot wash your clothes. For all intents and purposes, you are more or less helpless, okay? You might be able to paddle around in a wheelchair, but you can't get up and out unassisted, right? That's a totally different ball of wax. But if that's where you want to go, I will call the county, I will call the state, I will call whatever needs to do to help make sure you get to a place that will help you, okay? Mimo, we cannot make that decision for you, okay? I'm not here to convince you one way or another. But wherever you want to be, you can be. We do love you. We do want you. You are family, okay? You're not in the way. Of course, we would love for you to be able to walk around and help yourself to taking the dishes to the sink and all that, right?
Yes.
But that's also why we have the wheelchair we got for you, okay? We got the wheelchair so we could take you out. Mimo pushed you around the zoo last year, right?
I still got to pee.
Okay, I'm going. I know this is not an easy conversation.
It's not so much that I know this.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to tell you one last thing. I'm going to cut Jolynn off from the cell service, okay? Because I think what she's done, what she said to you, honestly, that's not the reason. And yes, she was paying us when she decided to pay us for her portion, but she's never had a conversation with us. She's never talked about how she feels. And quite truthfully, I'm shocked that she would think we would do that to you after how long she's known us. and it really hurts. It bothers me. And I don't want any part of a person in my life that feels that way.
See, now I feel like it's my fault.
It's not your fault. She did that.
Okay,
She
right.
chose
You're
to
right.
send messages. She chose to talk to me on the phone about you last week and pretend she didn't know where you were and what was going on. When I called her and Nanette both, because I knew you talked to them, she chose those things.
Okay.
All right? And if we'll continue talking. I'm not leaving. I'm going to take you inside to make sure you can have a place to go potty. And then you're going to get lunch, and I'm still going to stick around if you are okay with me
Yes,
sticking around.
yes.